So yes, I would love to play first. Ooh, we're up against Light Bulb. Sweet name. I think we'll keep this. We've got the Convicted Killer, which we can play turn 3, Castigator, which will kill us turn 4. So it seems great. Seems great. Bring our mountain past the turn. Playing against another blue deck, as I expected. Somebody out there was picking up all the sweet blue cards. It certainly wasn't us. Alright, so we'll play our Howpack Wolf here. Seems better than playing out a 3-1 or a 2-2, regardless of the fact that it can't block. And doubtful that my opponent is on model blue. So here I'm gonna. If he blocks, I'm definitely going to run out the Survive the Night. It seems like he might be stuck on colors, so depriving him of the opportunity to get his second color, or even second and third color, seems really good. Alright. More islands, more islands. This is exactly what the doctor ordered, so we'll play out our shard, and then we'll equip it. Again, I don't want to play out the Castigator right now, just because it's more likely to kill me at this point than win me the game, so we'll wait to use it till later. I don't want to use the ability, because we've got our Wicker Witch in hand, so the likelihood of milling it is even less than it already was. Oops. And I just F2'd through my play a Convicted Killer phase. And I'm not good at magical The Gathering-ness games. Sure. I'll take 2. However, this does allow us the opportunity to draw a card. And I love drawing cards, so ooh, and here, I suppose I can just jam for 1,000,000 damages, or I can play a Convicted Killer. Let's attack. Let's see how this goes. No. Just because he might have Adjust the Wind or some sort of compelling deterrence or some sort of shenanigans, I'm gonna decline to pump, and then we'll just play a Convicted Killer like we should have done last turn. And the math might have worked out better to play out to pump the Ember Eye Wolf, but it's just that if there's a, if he's got some sort of shenanigans where he bounces my creatures, it's so bad. So we're gonna play out the Inspiring Captain here, and then I can threaten to pump my wolf if he blocks with the Explorers or the Illuminator, and none of my creatures die to combat shenanigans. Oh. Opponent pondering a block. That seems like a reasonable block. We'll order, get rid of your Illuminator if we can. Hopefully we can. And we'll pump our wolf once and see if he's got a bounce spell. Jesus Christ. Alright. That's fine. And then next turn I can just end the game with my Castigator and another random dude getting in. See? It's definitely not mono blue. Byway Courier, a solid card. Tireless Tracker would be better here for you, but what can you do? And my opponent says, no thank you. Alright, so we're playing blue-green clues. Dual Shot's probably not great in that matchup. He might have some Nibli, but it's unlikely that I'm going to hit much stuff with that. Magmatic Chasm doesn't seem great since he's probably got some flyers. Senseless Rage, also probably not great since he's got bounce. Ascension in the ranks I don't really want to bring in. It's just such a... his creatures are so small, it doesn't seem worth it to bring in a 5-mana situational kill spell when my creatures are probably winning combats most of the time anyway. Hope Against Hope again, not great since he's got bounce. Or most likely, we didn't really see any, but he might have bounce. So I guess we'll just keep it as is until we see some shenanigans from him. Alright, this is not extremely exciting, but we've got a few draw steps to hit another land, and if we do, then I think we're in fine shape. Plus we've got the Wicker Witch, which can potentially get us to Delirium. Alright, we did step 1, we drew another land. How lucky. Opponent hitting his land drops right away. Right away. There's nothing like the feel bads of drawing a 1-drop turn 2 and telegraphing quite clearly what you drew to your opponent. But, you know, I'll survive. I will survive. So, we can play the Wicker Witch and offer the trade, or play the Howlpack Wolf and just let him attack past us, and then potentially next turn, if he plays Drown Yard Explorer or something, we can equip the wolf and attack with it. You know what, even if he attacks with the Cool Wolf, we might not trade the Witch, just because it does trade so well with the Drown Yard Explorers with the shard equipped to it. What are we gonna see? What are we gonna see? Silent Observer. That is much less good against, or much less good for us, I should say. With the Wicker Witch. So here I'll play the Killers. If it flips, then obviously that attacks into the Silent Observer quite nicely. Drawing some more lands at some point would be nice. Not gonna lie. Five mana. So we could have Might Beyond Reason. I don't know if there's any compelling reason other than trying to get Delirium online for me to block and walk into an obvious combat trick, so, or we could have Jesus Scrutiny or something like that. So we'll just take our 2. Watcher in the Web. Altered Ego. Okay. Okay. Alright, shields are up. Shields are up. So here I could play the wolf and equip something. I could let my killer flip and cast Dance of the Devils next turn, which might be what I do, because then I can start attacking into these things. Well, actually now that he's got a 2/6, I can't really attack into these things. Although if I attack with the devils, then I'm at least getting 1 point of damage in a turn. Alright, we'll let our killer flip. As slow as that is, at least we get the devils on the board. Yep, sure. Aggressive, I like it. I'm gonna guess this is a Jace's Scrutiny. So I think I'll block with the... No, it's gotta be... I mean, Confront the Unknown only makes it +1/+1. So that doesn't make it favorable for to come up against the Howler. Oh wait, he's got 6 mana. What am I saying? He can just make that thing gigantic. So maybe I can block with the Witch and just force him to use his mana to save the wolf. I can block with a bunch of things and kill the wolf, which seems less good. Yeah, I think I'm fine just making him use his mana. If he spends his turn killing a Wicker Witch, that's fine. If I get to trade, that's even better. Alright. Now... I'll attack. I'll just play out the... There's a chance that he doesn't block here. Yep. Free damage is free damage. And now I get to kill something. So I can block with 1 devil and again make him use 6 mana to save his wolf and ping him for 1. Very nice, very nice. I can't even attack favorably with my wolf, sadly. Because if I go to discard a card, he'll just pump his quilled wolf and then block. Let's see. I think I'll play out my Perish Blade and my Howlpack Wolf. I'm fine with my Howler flipping and him leaving back 6 mana and not casting a spell last turn just so he can pump Quilled Wolf. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy in my heart. Anytime I can convince my opponent not to do anything, that's super sweet. Yeah, be aggressive. Be aggressive. Does that get me to Delirium? Yes, it does. Sweet. I can have first strike. How lucky. Sadly, I didn't draw anything relevant. And I still can't get past the 2/6. And let's see here. I mean, I could attack with the wolf and just offer to trade with the quilled wolf, which might be fine because then I can just jam with my howler and my howlback wolf next couple turns with impunity. Maybe I'll do that. And we will not mill ourselves anymore. Yes! See, getting my opponent to use their mana before I even discard anything. Love it. Sure. Nope. Yep, and hopefully my opponent doesn't have another pump spell. And they don't. Please. No. Aim high. Card's too good. Sure. Alright, well. Just threw away that game, but that's fine. This is fine. Interesting. Now is the time when my opponent chooses not to attack with Silent Observer. Very interesting. So I can equip Shard and then rally my team. If I attack the Howler, he blocks here and pumps. Probably blocks the wolf with this thing, blocks the devil with this thing, kills it. I can ping him for 1. He takes 6, 7, and goes to 9. I think I just hold the captain back until something more exciting comes along. God, I wish I hadn't hit 2 bricks off of that tormenting device. But what can you do? Reckless Scholar. Card's too good. And we're just gonna go infinitely wide here. I could pass the turn, which I think is what I'm going to do. Could attack with something, but again, nothing seems very profitable here. Look, how lucky. If my opponent continues to loot with their Reckless Scholar, they'll deck themselves before I do. Does it get any better? I don't think so. This is good. I've got wolf insurance, so now they have to bounce 2 of my wolves so that my Howlpack wolf can't block. I'm not getting past this guy anytime soon, that's for sure. Eventually my opponent's got to hit like a something relevant with his Reckless Scholar. Ooh, Swamp. What do we got? More crit Necropod? Gitrog monster. Alright. Card is great. Convicted Killer. Yep. Just wider and wider we go. Yep. Look, now they're milling themselves faster. How lucky. 17 turns, actually, let's see, 3 cards a turn, so 6 turns. 6 turns, and I just win. Oh, my opponent figured it out. They can attack me in the air, and I can't do anything about it. Yep. Yep. The light bulb went off, so to speak, for my opponent. Ooh. Ooh. This is interesting. So, I mean, I could... The Quilled Wolf is annoying, but it makes my opponent use their mana. The Silent Observer will kill me in the sky, eventually, if I don't find a way to deal with it. But I can just block the Gitrog monster and the Quilled Wolf all day long. So I think the Missionaries comes down and just takes out the Silent Observer with the +1/+1 counter on it. Especially since if it comes back, it's just a 0/0. That seems good. Yes, please. I would definitely like to use that ability. Yeah, if he gets rid of the Inquisitors, he gets back at 0/0. Now, I'm still on a 5-turn clock, which is unfortunate. If he decides to attack this Illuminator and his Observer. Double Illuminator. How good. Alright. Now I'm on a 3-turn clock if he decides to attack with more than one creature a turn. Let's play an Unruly Mob, and then we'll attack with the Dauntless Cathar. And then I can get a blocker. My opponent already discarded a Grouped Wings. What are the odds that they run 2 of those things? Interesting. Blocking with the Reckless Scholar, sure. That seems much better for you. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, I can only pretend I have pump spells, you know, for so many attacks before my opponent figures it out. They figured it out on the first attack. They cracked the code. Oh, my opponent apparently does not wish to put me on a 3-turn clock, in fact. My opponent has stopped looting as well. Oh, they just have infinite numbers of additional flyers. Okay. Land. Since I want to, probably gonna have to Inspiring Captain. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then if he's got a pump spell, I'm dead. But next turn we're just gonna attack the billion things and cross our fingers. Yep. Lots of clues, lots of clues. Interesting that he didn't do that on his turn, since it would have pumped his Niblis and done an extra point of damage, but who knows, maybe he's got something even better to play. Drown Yard Explorer. 2, sure. Confront. That will do it. That will do it. Just making a billion clues. Alright. So in terms of sideboarding plans, maybe I do want to bring this in since his flyers don't seem like they block particularly well. It forces some blocks for creatures that I otherwise can't really deal with. So maybe that's fine. Dual shot. I only saw the one Niblis and nothing else really that this hits, unfortunately. I hesitate to say it, but Dissension in the Ranks might be okay. Not great, but it does rely on him blocking with 2 things, and with 1/5 walls, it's unclear how often he actually needs to block with 2 things. So what do we take out here? Take out the stupid Tafelgeist. I mean, it's really, like, I could potentially hit Delirium and have it be great, but late game it's probably only a chump blocker. Or I could go down to 16 lands, which seems less than good. Yeah, I think I'll take out the Tafelgeist. We'll just see how this goes. Magmatic Chasm is not going to be great here, but I think it's better than anything else I could bring in. Yes, I would. Wow. We will... Ugh. This feels so bad. This feels so bad. Oh yes. Taking out the Rage, or taking out the Devils and putting in Rage probably would have been solid there, especially since I didn't see any bounce spells from him. God. What do? This is just so slow. I think I have to mulligan this. Alright, this is marginally better. And we will... I really want to get to 5 as fast as possible for the Arsonist, but I don't know that it's good to keep this on top. Yeah, we'll risk it. We'll risk some flood. Yeah, you say Snap Mull, but Tormenting Voice is just, it's a tempting mistress. One that would have almost certainly punished me when I drew into 2 more lands, but, you know, there's always, like, it's like gambling, you know, there's always that chance. See, look, I'm getting punished for keeping that mountain. Punished hard. But it's, yeah, like, you know, the potential is there to just hit runner on sweet spell after sweet spell, but the likelihood of me doing that is pretty low because I have terrible luck. This is evidenced by this hand. Punished by a Scarecrow. I could have pretended like I had to survive the night again, but if I lose my Witch there, it's just so bad for me. And look, he already had his 3 colors anyway, so it would have been irrelevant. We'll just play out the Arsonist. I mean, being able to attack every turn with the Devils and threaten to ping his Niblis is good, but this thing is just a much better threat. Much better threat. Especially since my opponent will not play a spell this turn. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. And then all my guys will flip. Am I gonna get rogged? Get rogged? Confronting the unknown. Wow, my opponent is getting very aggressive here. Maybe hoping to crack the clue and draw a 2-drop. Ooh, Rabbit Bite. Alright. That was very good for my opponent. Sure. Sure. Let's get in with our killer. If he spends an aim high to kill my convicted killer, it's fine. Now we can play Dauntless Cathar, and then if our Cathar dies, we can block the Niblis very effectively. I mean, we could have waited around and let our vampire flip, and then cast Dance with the Devils, which may have been better, but I mean, this way I get in for some guaranteed damages next turn if he doesn't have another creature to block. Sure. Don't get to bother me. Sure. Drowned Explorer away. Alright, so let's let our convicted killer flip, and then we can do some dancing. Sure. See, I immediately regret not putting in dual shot, but I mean, obviously, dual shot only really good against that one creature, at least that we've seen so far. Alright, we're getting aimed in a high-like fashion. Deal. And if you choose to play a pump spell on your Niblis, oh, well, there's a pump spell. Just ping your face. I'm okay with a defensive Jesus Scrutiny. I'd much rather that happen than trade something for a combat trick like that next turn. Going investigation. My opponent just has it all. Alright, well, that wasn't a great draw, but it is a draw. Let some things die. Maybe make a spirit. Yeah, do you want to block and give me a spirit to block the Niblis? Opponent is rethinking that. There you go. Seems like a fine decision. I'm getting scrutinized again. Yep. This guy's just never getting through damage. Ever. But now I have a 3/3 that doesn't die when Drowned Explorers blocks it. Hooray! That I'm only taking 2 each turn off of this thing, since he's playing his scrutinies on my turn. Makes me very happy. do we got? What do we got? Something sweet. Swine. Yep, you got a piggy. Oh, my werewolf's swooping back. Alright, let's see if we can draw our way out of this. Nope. Absolutely cannot. My deck says no, sir. No, sir. And back to Cathar. I'm just gonna get pecked to death by this stupid thing. And that's how this game is gonna end, but that's fine. Just the wind on my unruly mob, sure. Sure. Block here. Yep. Sure, just dead. GG's. The light bulb went off and he figured it out.